Tonkin Ford, where you're number one. And by Tom Peterson, Oregon's largest TV stereo and appliance at 82nd and Southeast Foster Road. Hello, everybody. I'm Frank Bonema, and I'm glad to have you aboard. We're going to have a lot of action for you tonight, and a lot of new names coming into the Pacific Northwest. We'll be talking about those people as the show goes on. Summertime, kind of slow in professional wrestling in most places, not so. Great crowds in Salem, great crowds in Eugene last night. Big crowd last Tuesday here, and we'll tell you more about the Destroyer and who he is after we take this time out and hear from Tom Peterson and myself on behalf of Tom Peterson. When we tag up, Tom goes first.
It's Tom Peterson's truckload sale. Over $1 million to sell, with truckloads of TVs arriving daily. As advertised in the Saturday Oregonian, TV Click, TV Guide, you can save $50 on this 19-inch GE remote control 91-channel colored television. Only $498. Introductory price. You save $50. That's Tom Peterson's truckload sale.
Under $500 for a remote control television. And of course, if that's not quite your cup of tea, you go out there and see the super, better than ever selection and the continuing service after sale of televisions and that no-hassle TV guarantee. Also a good time to be thinking about air conditioning. You better believe it. Tom's got it. $199 for room air conditioners on sale this weekend at Tom Peterson. The big truckload sale ends, so get out there.
If a premium beer is to please a lot of people, it has to be good. It has to know the way to natural ingredients, what prime quality hops to seek out, what first-rate grains to choose. It must draw upon the Pacific Northwest's pure mountain water. But above all else, it must deliver fine taste. Today, one beer does it all. Mountain Fresh Rainier, a brew apart.
Ready for first match action. Not a big crowd on hand. They had a good one on hand Tuesday night when the Destroyer unmasked. More on that in a moment.
The first event this evening will be one fall. Introducing in this corner, 238 pounds from Hawaii, Sivi Afi. His opponent in this corner, 242 pounds from Houston, Texas, King Parsons. Referee Sandy Barr.
Good crowds all week long. I was in Salem myself and saw that one at the Armory. I was not able to be here Tuesday with a near sellout crowd, but the man who's been wearing the mask for so many years and incidentally will continue to wear the mask and be known as the Destroyer unmasked a couple of times this week, as he had agreed to. Tuesday, he said he would unmask if he could be given the match with Buddy Rose. Promoters agreed to that. He unmasked. Quite a mustache. A hairdo. I guess you'd say something akin to an afro. And the name of David Sierra. David Sierra. But the mask now is back on again. He did not say he was going to take the mask off and go on wrestling. The man has made his living with a mask on throughout most of his wrestling career. So the mask goes back on. But those that were on hand this week at those couple of places were able to see it. Sellout crowd at Eugene last night. Elton Owen always putting on a great show down there every Friday night. Had another one last night, and the crowd turned out to see it. Go behind on Sivi Afi, full Nelson by King Parsons. And he muscles out of it. He popped out that so quick. It hurt the hands of Parsons, who had the hold. They lock up, go behind. This time, Sivi Afi with the hold. And muscling out of it, no. Got halfway out of it. King Parsons could not get it all the way. And powered out of it, but Afi not giving up. Stayed with it and put him back in the hold. And drops out and kicks off. Found another route of escape. Eddie Mansfield, the Hollywood international or continental lover, is what he calls himself, coming out of Texas right now. A few months ago, he was in a hair match. That was just before Steve Regal was here in the Northwest. Steve Regal was where this was happening down there. He interfered and caused Mansfield to get his head shaved. So at this time, when he was here a couple of weeks ago, he was wearing a mask because he did not want to be seen. He is very proud of what he calls his good looks, his handsome profile. He found out where Steve Regal was, and he's come after him. As you know, he had one match here a couple of weeks ago and then was put on a 3-week suspension because he punched out Sandy Barr in the crowd after the interview was over even. But he comes back. The suspension is up next week. So Eddie Mansfield coming in after one Steve Regal. And, of course, you might guess, Buddy Rose is yelling and screaming about getting a title shot here in Portland. For that matter, anywhere he can. He wants to get a championship shot at Regal. And he and Oliver are trying for Borne and Regal to put their tag team titles on the line. Borne wants Rose one-on-one. So a lot of matches that are trying to be made, but Rose wanting to be involved in all of them except going in against Matt Borne. He's not too one-on-one. He's not too happy about doing that one. Side headlock. Afi with the hold on Parsons. Side headlock down on the mat, Sivi Afi with the hold on Parsons. Good shot of Irene at ringside. She's kind of the consulting referee. Afi turned over on his shoulders, nearly counted out. Talking about other wrestlers coming to the Northwest, you might make note of the name Matt Masters, sometimes called Mean Matt Masters. He's coming in. We haven't heard much about him except that he is super tough. And a fellow we've heard a lot about. He's sensational over in Europe, wrapping up some obligations he has in England. He's going to be here toward the end of September. Matt Masters comes in the middle of September. Eddie Mansfield in next week. Whoa, flying tackle. Diving underneath that. Leapfrog by Afi. Hip block throw for the takedown.
5 minutes.
Good action between King Parsons out of Houston, Texas, and Hawaii's Sivi Afi. Sivi Afi getting some offers from around the country to come in and be a semi-main eventer and earn some shots at main events, which he's not been able to get here in the Northwest. The competition is so great here. If those guys are on top, you have to beat them to get them off the top. And if you come in with not a lot of experience like Sivi Afi, you sometimes don't ever get that shot. But the wrestling that he's done here, people have heard about it. and they're looking to bring him into their territories. One of the hot sections of wrestling right now, I know, trying to get him is Carolinas. Oh, little head bump, and that's to the top of the head of Sivi Afi. So that will hurt. It's the front of the head that is so hard. Same is the case with King Parsons. Definitely should not be a battle of headbutts in this one. Sandy Barr, Dandy Sandy, in his brown and white outfit tonight. Kind of a late coming crowd in the summertime. We've got a couple hundred people come in here after the 8:30 bell rang. That's the case in a lot of towns. We'll remind you that most towns have 8 o'clock starting times during the summer. If you figure on an 8 o'clock card, a headbutt to the midsection puts Afi down. Figure on 8 o'clock, you'll be doing pretty good. Billy White Cloud, 230-pound Cherokee Indian. Coming up in a month or so. Less than a month, probably. Body press, gets the count of 2, but that's all for Parsons. Unable to put Sivi away. Body slam, covered with a body press. 1, 2. Flail kicks his way off. Headbutt, and I didn't think we'd see that, because it's not going to affect either one of them, I don't think, except if you stick it in the abdomen, as Parsons just did, then a forearm smash uppercut. Covers him with a body press, 2, and a foot on the rope. They'll call for the break. Whip into the ropes, caught on the shoulder in a body lock. Some 14 years or so, we started professional wrestling, Portland wrestling, on Channel 12. Started on Friday nights then, out of the Armory, and a fellow that helped me get started to pass along what's happening in the ring to you folks at home. Pepper Martin has become an actor now, and if you get a chance to see Superman 2, you'll see him in 2 big parts as the truck driver. Only man I've ever heard of that whips Superman. But you might expect when it's Superman, you get your comeuppance sooner or later. Pepper Martin, who I've often given a lot of credit to helping me, that is a good part in the movie. I'm glad to see it happen for him. Body lock, the bear hug on Afi by King Parsons. Sandy Barr looking on. Flea Market King. We used to call him Flea Market Magnet, but then people start playing with that word and didn't come out sounding real good, so we dropped that. Even though he still has a flea market here on Sundays. Kangaroo kick to the midsection, knee lift. Elbow drop. Sivi Afi going to work. Gets the count of 2 on Parsons is all. Suplex, but he spun him too hard. He really didn't slam him down on the mat the way he wanted to. Side-by-side suplex. It didn't work quite the way he wanted it to. Front headlock, small package. 1, 2. No, I thought he had him. Afi able to kick out of the small package. Coming off the ropes. flying forearm smash. Spins the Texan into the ropes. He's hanging on. Snapmare out of it. Afi going after him, just missed that elbow drop. Back of the head, the elbow smash. Body slam. Coming off the ropes, trying to put him away with a flying body press. Afi got out of the way. Afi going to try the same thing, coming off the second turnbuckle. But this time, Parsons got out of the way. 1, 2. Got the near pin there, but not the pin. To the time limit, a draw. We're going to look here in a moment. We'll be looking and telling you where wrestling's coming up in the next week where you can see it live. Good crowd on hand now tonight. Not nearly like the sellout crowd that we had Tuesday. And I'm purposely holding back from telling you the results of Tuesday. We're going to try to get the Destroyer up here, tell what happened himself, or Rose. Parsons saying, look, we had a pretty good match. Let's shake hands and let it go at that. They went to the time limit, a draw. Okay. What? Let's hold on a minute here. We might have some more action. A shake of the hand, and Jimmy's saying, I was just kidding. He's, come on, give me 5. Give me a low 5. In this case, it'll be 10. King does a switch. And the King gets in a kick. Afi a little upset about it, but they're all even. So they'll leave. Okay, we bring you the action as best we can, but you got to be there live to really see it in all its splendor. And you can do that tomorrow at La Grande, Oregon. A big cage match is the main event there. Monday at Redmond, the Supercar Junior High School gym. Tuesday in Albany, Oregon. And that will be at South Albany High School. Wednesday, a super shootout in Seattle. Battle Royal, the women in that one. Thursday at Salem, they're going to have a team match there against the top 2 team rivals, and anything goes. Friday in Eugene, Illinois, with another big super card. We're back here next Saturday, and then a week from Sunday, Seward Park, Washington. We'll be right back. Now it's time to hear Mel Tonkin about Marv Tonkin Ford.
Marv Tonkin Ford, always the Northwest leader, is leading again as we offer $1,000 off dealer window sticker on any new Ford on our lot for your old used car, even if you have to push, pull, or drag it in for trade. We are making this offer because our lot is full with over $4 million worth of new Mustangs, Fairmonts, and new EXPs and Escorts, which must be sold yet this month. Let me show you what this special push, pull, or drag deal can mean for you on a new Ford Fairmont. Here it is with power steering and deluxe wheel covers. With your trade always worth $1,000 at Marv Tonkin Ford as a down payment, you pay just $156.61 per month for this new Ford Fairmont. Or choose this new front-wheel drive Escort, America's hottest-selling car, and you pay just $148.36 per month when you bring in your old unwanted car for trade during this July push, pull, or drag it in special. And remember, Marv Tonkin Ford still has interest rates on new cars far below the current prime rate. That's only at your Northwest Ford headquarters, Marv Tonkin Ford.
When you're faced with things that say no, get yourself a can of Tri-Flow, the lubricant that turns no into go. High-performance Tri-Flow turns no into go. Because Tri-Flow penetrates to help free frozen parts and has Teflon for unbeatable lubrication. That's why Tri-Flow lubricates better than the leading brands. So use Tri-Flow and turn no into go. Tri-Flow now available at these and other fine stores.
Bo Derek, Richard Harris, and Miles O'Keefe in Tarzan, the Ape Man, rated R.
Exclusive engagements now playing at the Baghdad.
A lot of new faces coming into professional wrestling, and of course a lot of old rivalries remain. What's going to be happening this week, Dutch Savage?
Well, tomorrow evening, for the benefit of the fans in Eastern Oregon, first time in about 6 or 7 months, we're going back over to LeGrand, Washington. Now, you folks in LeGrand, we're going to be there tomorrow night, and it's going to be at the high school gym. And it is going to be a cage match tomorrow night in LeGrand. The matches start at 8 p.m., so you folks better get your tickets early. Monday night, Redmond, Oregon, for the auxiliary, for the Elks Club there in Redmond, Oregon. We've got a big card playing. The cage is on tap over there also. Tuesday night in Albany at South Albany High School. South Albany High School gym. You people know what the matches are down there. Elton Owens has a big one planned. I'm going to be on hand. Wednesday night is Seattle. There's a big shootout going up there. Now, don't pay any attention to the board over here because somebody made a mistake saying Thursday we're off. We're not off Thursday. Salem, the Grand Theater, Salem, big show going on down there. Friday, Eugene, Saturday, Portland, and Sunday the guys are going up to Seward Park outside of Seattle for Representative John O'Brien, and he's part of the Washington State Athletic Commission.
Thank you very much, Dutch Savage.
Did I do good?
You did good.
We're going over to Redmond in that area. I'm going to see a lady by the name of Donna, who's a relative.
Okay. And we'll remind you, too, it is LeGrand, Oregon, of course, that he was talking about tomorrow, LeGrand, Oregon. In Thursday in Salem, it's Anything Goes tag match. We'll be right back. Time to hear once again from Tom Peterson.
Hello, I'm Tom Peterson. In our furniture store, we have an outstanding colonial buy. You save $150 when you buy the 7-piece living room group for only $698. Imagine these times of rising prices to be able to buy a 7-piece colonial grouping like this at prices we don't think you can beat. The sofa and love seat are covered in stain-resistant Herculon fabric and trimmed in pine for the true colonial touch. You also get 3 tables, cocktail table, hex end table, and square end table, plus 2 lamps. Now, if you don't need the entire group, you can buy any piece at these low, low prices. The beautiful colonial sofa is only $299. The matching colonial love seat is just $250. The occasional tables, your choice, $67 each. And the table lamps, only $49 each. Now that's Tom Peterson. It's our furniture store.
Tiger's Milk Nutrition Bars. Bring out the tiger in you. Tiger's Milk Nutrition Bars, under the delicious carob coating, are natural things like peanut butter and honey, plus something no other snack has, the protein-rich Tiger's Milk Nutrition Blend without preservatives. Tiger's Milk. Bring out the tiger in you.
Sunday at 5, they commit a most serious crime. Mutiny.
Merritt was the perfect officer, but not Captain Queen. Ah, but the strawberries. That's where I had them. They laughed at me and made jokes. But I proved beyond the shadow of a doubt and with geometric logic that a duplicate key to the wardrobe icebox did exist. And I'd have produced that key if they hadn't pulled the cane out of action.
Humphrey Bogart, The Cane Mutiny. Sunday at 5 on TV 12.
Do want to clear up that confusion. We just had a little trouble getting Salem up on the board. There definitely is wrestling in Salem next Thursday. The Grand Theater. Art Cruz coming in. He'll be here in the next couple of weeks. One man out of Kansas, played football there, collegiate wrestler, 240 pounds, and that's pretty tough competition. In that Big 8 conference, play football at any of those schools, and I tell you, you got to have your head tacked on right.
Ladies and gentlemen, over the next couple of months, I watch for some new wrestlers. There will be a new one in here next 2 weeks from tonight on August the 8th. Art Cruz, a big husky lad from Kansas State, former Kansas State football player, will be in here 2 weeks from tonight. And then following that will be several new faces over the next couple of months proceeding. The next event will be one fall. Introducing in this corner, 278 pounds from Minnesota, Tiny Anderson. His opponent in this corner, 228 pounds from Florida, Sawyer.
Hacksaw Sawyer. And as is usually the case with Hacksaw, he'll have to give away some weight. Of course, then most people that wrestle Tiny Anderson do have to give away weight. Goes about 280, 270. Sawyer, about 216, 217. Out of Florida. His brother Buzzsaw, about ready to resume wrestling action again. A whale on the beach. Yell that upsets Tiny so much. Second match of the evening. First one, Parsons and Afi. Went to a draw. Arm drag slams on the big man by the little man. And Tiny Anderson's going to bail out. So what's happening here? He was thrown. He'd get up and charge. Be thrown again. Couldn't break the string there. Anderson, the heavier, Hacksaw having much the better of speed and agility. Anderson now sitting at ringside. He's sitting at ringside. None of the fans wanted to really talk with him. They talked at him. Finally, the big man's back in the ring. Arm drag slam again. And again. He's going back toward the dressing room now. That's part way. Thinks better about it. He's not had much luck in the ring on this night. Crowd getting out, and the count's been stopped a couple of times because Hacksaw goes to the ring ropes, threatens to go out and get him, and that position of interference stops the count, gets it restarted again. Restarted at 1, otherwise you have 20 seconds to be outside the ring. Well, he's got one leg inside the ring. And I guess Sawyer figures I better tie him up and never get him into the ring. Now there he goes, hanging from one leg. Well, that leg cut off some blood circulation there for a minute or so. He couldn't run right now, even if he wanted to. Trying to get the circulation back now, moving pretty well on it. Lock up, side headlock. Hip throw for the takedown. Side headlock, Sawyer on Anderson. Side headlock and a takedown again. Just received word August 4th will be the date of the next big Tuesday special. That is a week from Tuesday, not next Tuesday. Week away, 10 days from tonight. And what we're looking forward to, or hoping to find out about by next Saturday, if not later tonight, is that Matt Borne is pressing for a bout with Buddy Rose. You know that. The family, the Borne family's all torn up about the sister's marriage to Buddy Rose. He wants to get Rose in a match that cannot be on television, therefore on a Tuesday night. He wants it to be non-televised because of how brutal it's going to be. 1, 2. Anderson almost gets the pin. Not quite. Body slam. Anderson. Reverse elbow drop, and he misses with it. The whip. And a shoulder throw. Double knee lock. And Anderson gets Sawyer tied up in the top rope, choking on him. He just didn't want to have any more. He is disqualified. Rather, Hacksaw, the winner, Hacksaw. On a DQ, Hacksaw wins it. And as he's so fondly known, Whale on the Beach loses it. Before we cut away for a message, just a quick shot of the young man named Art Cruz. This fella played his football, wrestled collegiately at Kansas State, weighs 240 pounds, and he is going to be here in the very near future. Eddie Mansfield will be here next week. We think you're going to like this young man a lot. We'll be right back with a lot more action after we hear from Alan Tonkin from our Tonkin Ford.
It's a $1,000 push-puller drag-it-in sales extravaganza going on right now at Marv Tonkin Ford, during which we'll give you $1,000 trade-in allowance off dealer window sticker on any new Ford in stock. Even if you have to push, pull, or drag your old car in, as an example, choose this new 1981 Ford Mustang. Long list of extras. Get your $1,000 trade-in allowance and pay just $169.48 per month. That's only at your Northwest Ford headquarters, Marv Tonkin Ford.
This looks like a good spot.
For what, Ralph?
To see the artesians.
What?
You know, the artesians. It's their artesian brewing water that makes Olympia beer taste so good.
Give me a break, Ralph.
Sit over here, you can see better.
Do I look like the kind of girl who believes in artesians? Take me home.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I'm out of gas.
Now you're talking, Ralph.
Monday at 8, when the family maid decides to quit, they determine what she needs is a boyfriend.
You like her? What makes you think I'd be a good stud? So see that fish? That piranha strikes at anything in its way. That's me.
So that's how you did it. Send to tell him about the gambling if he didn't take me out.
Sidney Poitier, Abby Lincoln, Bo Bridges in For Love of Ivy. Monday at 8 on TV 12.
Well, the Army's dwindling down, but we still have Rip Oliver and the General Buddy Rose.
Howard Cosell Bonema's at it again. The Army is dwindling down. It's called when something goes wrong, you just pick up the pieces and put them back together. Now it's Oliver and myself all by ourselves. We have not got an Army as of now. Now, your people are all going, Buddy Rose can't say he's got an Army. It's just Oliver and myself. I will find a new recruit. I will surprise everybody with somebody. I haven't got anybody in mind right now. The only thing I've got in mind right now is we want a tag team championship match with Regal and Borne. We also have another announcement to make. I want a championship match with Regal. Regal, he should come out to the ring with feathers and wings on. He is the biggest chicken blank champion I have ever seen. The men, you got to admit, every man that's had a title, a championship, I've got a match with him. This guy's avoided me like no man has avoided me. Because he knows the first time he meets me, I'm going to win the Pacific Coast Heavyweight Championship.
I might say, talking about avoiding, how about the match that Matt Borne wants with you?
Last Tuesday night, Matt Borne made an announcement to everybody that he wants to wrestle me in a match where the loser is going to be so embarrassed that he would not want to show his face on this camera again. Let me tell you something, Matt Borne. First of all, I had a talk with your sister, and I asked her about your past and what you were like. And every time you didn't get your way, you'd jump on the cement, hit your head in the cement when you were a little kid, jump up and down, always crying, always wanting your way. Now, listen, I'm telling you, people, a private life of Matt Borne, straight from his sister. And I don't care. She's upset with you, and she doesn't like what you said about me Tuesday night, so it's her and I against all of you, and I don't care. I'll just say this, Matt Borne. I want to know what, and I'm demanding to know what kind of a match that you want with Buddy Rose. I want to know what you have in mind. Do you think you can embarrass me like I've never been embarrassed before? And I demand to know now, tonight. I know, hey, I got a right to know, and I always won't tell me. So, Borne, don't hold it back any longer. I want to know now. All right, Oliver, you have something to say about what happened last Thursday.
All the people in Salem seen the first match this cupcake punk has put his belt on the line against anyone was with Rip Oliver. Rip Oliver beat Cupcake Steve Regal right in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3, and then we have a referee like Sivi Afi come up and take the belt away from me and headbutt me in the head. Well, Regal, I beat you once. Rose, I know, can beat you. We're going to take you and Matt. All we want is our belts back, boys. So you chickens, put them on the line.
And Destroyer, oh boy, you bumped the wrong head, brother. And that's Buddy Rose as he put his mask back on last Tuesday night, loaded it up, and he let me have it. You outsmarted me, Destroyer, but now it's time that I outsmart you. We're going to show you people that we are tag team championship caliber, singles championship caliber, and Matt Borne, I want to know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, we'll find out. I'm sure Matt Borne will let us know when it's time. Time now for one of the men makes this show possible and has for the 14 years we've been around. Talking, of course, about Tom Peterson.
It's Tom Peterson's truckload sale. We've just returned from the Consumer Electronics Show in Chicago. Over $1 million worth of inventory to sell. Truckloads are arriving every day, and as advertised in the Oregonian TV Click TV Guide, you can save $300 on this Magnavox Panasonic indoor-outdoor video system. All three pieces, video recorder, AC adapter, color camera, only $9.98 introductory offer. And here's what you get. A Magnavox 6-hour VHS video recorder, Magnavox AC adapter, Panasonic color camera, 2 blank videotapes, membership in Tom Peterson's Video Club. All this for only $9.98. You save $300. And when it comes to video, we're #1 on brand selection. Choose from RCA, Zenith, GE, Magnavox, Sony, Hitachi, Sanyo, Panasonic, Sharp, Toshiba, JVC. Now that's Tom Peterson's.
That is one of the greatest video buys Tom has ever had here in Portland Wrestling. And as all good things, it's not going to last much longer. If you go in Monday for that buy, they're going to be gone. Just very few left. And the next ones they get in, when they go on at right now, we figure the price will be $1,298. I want to remind you, too, KYXI Radio, 817, 917, 1017, every Sunday morning. Those 3 times for up-to-the-minute wrestling results brought to you by Tom Peterson.
It's Tom Peterson's truckload sale. Over $1 million of electronics to sell. Buy the Sanyo video recorder for only $5.95. And at Tom Peterson's, we carry the top video recorder brands. RCA, Zenith, GE, Magnavox, Sony, Hitachi, Sanyo, Panasonic, Sharp, Toshiba, JVC. And when you buy any video recorder like this Sanyo for only $5.95, you get as a bonus 2 blank videotapes plus membership in Tom Peterson's Movie Club. All this for $5.95. That's Tom Peterson's.
The greatest adventure of escape is about to blow the future apart. John Carpenter's Escape from New York. Rated R. Now play.
A week from tonight, the women wrestlers are going to return to the Portland Sports Arena in a mixed tag match. They'll each take one of the men wrestlers for a partner. And this one of the most unusual pairings of a team.
There's no way he's going to wrestle with the mask on. He'll put something in it and hit me again. There's no way.
That's up to him. He's run with us for 2 or 3 years, so it's not up to me to tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, the next event will be the best 2 out of 3 falls with a TV time limit. Introducing in this corner the team of Rip Oliver and Buddy Rose. Their opponents in this corner are request team Steve Regal and the Destroyer.
Matt Borne stepping aside for the Destroyer to join his partner Steve Regal so that he might get another crack at his former Army mates. Is that what you'd call it? Members of the Army at any rate. David Sierra is his name. He masters off Tuesday, also down at Salem last Thursday. Took it off, revealed who he was. Has wrestled most of his career with the mask on and said he had no intentions of giving up the mask. He just did it for these couple of special bouts to get Buddy Rose in the ring. Oliver, hesitant to get this thing started, and tagged. So Regal does too. Now it's a Destroyer and Rose. Buddy thinks best of that. Regal and Rose, they lock up, middle of the ring. Side headlock. The tag to Destroyer will come in. Thought he was going to come in and instantly get a hold on Rose, but Rose slipped it and bailed out. Matt Borne wanting Rose in a non-televised match, so he'd like to get him on a Tuesday. In a match he says will humiliate. Borne, Matt particularly, feels very humiliated by the fact that Buddy Rose didn't marry his sister. He didn't want him in the family. He knew about it when they were going together. 1, 2, and almost got the pin. At any rate, Matt Borne, whether he should or not, feels very humiliated, and once he says the only way I'll feel all right about the whole thing is if I can humiliate Buddy Rose in the fashion that I have in mind. And he's not revealing what it'll be, but because it's something that could not be on television. And I take it because of the brutal aspect of it. We don't know any more than that. Rose, you heard him say he will not consider it till he hears the details. Side headlock, the Destroyer on Oliver. Grinding down, the side headlock. Side headlock. Regal with the hold on Oliver. Continuing to work the side headlock. Stephen Regal from Speedway City, Indiana, 1980. Midwest Wrestler of the Year and almost assured of getting that title for 1981 here in the Pacific Northwest. Holding both titles, tag team with Matt Borne and by himself. The Pacific Northwest Heavyweight title. Oliver using the hair. Sandy Barr enforcing the rule with a little hair pulling of his own. Our first fall action, tonight's main event, again being brought to you folks at home, particularly for those unable to get out to the wrestling matches. Side headlock down on the canvas. Regal with the hold. His grandma used to call him Cupcake. Regal tells the story.
6 minutes.
Buddy Rose is in and immediately caught in that same side headlock. There's a pair of floor directors for you. Almost said one old one and one new one, but that's not true. We don't have an old one. They're both young ones. Watch out. Steve could be in trouble. No, he is not. Buddy Rose is. Rose lifted him up by the leg. Going to drop that knee down across his knee. Regal tightened down on it and caused Buddy Rose to think better of it. Rose doesn't know which corner he's in. He went for the tag, and he's in the corner where the Destroyer is. Side headlock, the Destroyer working on Oliver. I wonder how it feels to be wrestling the guy you've been wrestling with for many, many, many months. Well, at this point, the Destroyer seems to be enjoying it. Rhythmic clapping of the crowd, saying, okay. To the side, headlock by the Destroyer. Put on the rope. Double knee lock. He pumps it one time. He caught a hand or maybe a thumb to the midsection. Regal is woozy now. Now Buddy Rose will take the tag. Enthusiastically. If the opponent hurt, he does this a lot in these tag team matches. He is one of the toughest punishers of an opponent in the ring of all time, I might add. He has frequently been called a crippler. Regal in trouble. Rose, double chop. Sticks the left hand in there. And a double team. And they're going to double team again after the tag. Oliver in. Regal trying to get over for the tag. But the Destroyer... Oh, Destroyer outside the ring gets his head banged into that ring post by the timer over in the opposite neutral corner. Shoulder breaker, no. Go behind. Into the ring, up with a victory roll. Small package. He's got the pin. Regal. The pin on Oliver when it looked sure that Oliver had the... Looked for sure that Oliver had the pin.
And the first ball. After 11 minutes and 13 seconds for the sunset flip. Regal and the Destroyer.
Oliver insisting that the shoulders weren't down. There he is. He said, I had one shoulder inches above the mat. Sandy Barr says, I was there looking, and I went 1, 2, 3. So no matter what you think, you're out. First fall to the team of Steve Regal and the Destroyer. Well, where is it happening in the week to come so that you might get out and see it yourself? Well, I'll tell you. Right now, LeGrand tomorrow. Cage match, 8 o'clock card at the high school gym. Monday at Redmond Junior High School gym. The cage coming out there, too. Tuesday, it's at South Albany High School. Wednesday, a big 12-person over-the-top battle royal. That's Wednesday in Seattle. Thursday, Salem at the Grand Theater. Another big card there, and the top 2 tag teams going against each other in a grudge match. Anything goes. Next Friday in Eugene, super matches down there. Next Saturday, we're back in Portland. Right now, we go to L. Tonkin for Marv Tonkin Ford.
You warmed up, Al?
I'm ready.
To be put to the test?
I'm ready for
Victoria.
Victoria's a woman. I don't want to hurt her.
That's all right. She can put you to the test.
Okay.
Believe me.
I won't hurt you, I promise.
All right.
You ready? Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, jeez! Holy cow! Oh, huh? Excuse me. Huh? Okay, I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I gotta go.
Sometimes it's physically harder to be never more than an hour away than others, but I promise to be never more than an hour away from our store to ensure that our customers get the best possible deal on newer used cars of their choice. And that's especially true this month during our push-pull or drag-it-in, trade-in used car allowance at Marv Tonkin Ford. And then we have a lot of good used cars, too. Starting Saturday morning, you can buy this 1978 Chevy Love and Camper 4-cylinder 4-speed, which would start around $4,500 most places for just $34.95 full price. Now, this is just one example, but stick around with us, and I'll be back a little later to show you 4 more.
When you're faced with things that say no, get yourself a can of Tri-Flow, the lubricant that turns no into go. High-performance Tri-Flow turns no into go. Because Tri-Flow penetrates to help free frozen parts and has Teflon for unbeatable lubrication. That's why Tri-Flow lubricates better than the leading brands. So use Tri-Flow and turn no into go. Tri-Flow now available at these and other fine stores.
If you drive more than one vehicle and you're tired of paying lots of money to insure each one, then listen to this. Now Bonneville Insurance has low rates on our named operator policy, a policy that covers you with every car or vehicle you drive. For one low premium, we can insure you while you drive your own or someone else's car, pickup, motorcycle, RV, or tractor. Phone 643-5701 and ask Bonneville for a quote on their named operator policy. Do it now. The number is 643-5701.
Match wits and strategies with the courtroom's greatest trial lawyer, Perry Mason. Weekdays at noon on KPTV 12, Portland.
Young man from Indiana who's done something very few wrestlers, a few, but very few have done it, and that is holding both of the championship belts in the Northwest, the tag team with Matt Borne, and of course the heavyweight belt, Steve Regal.
Thank you, everybody. You know, you hear Buddy Rose, Rip Oliver, Stan Stasiak, all the members of the Army out here complaining about me not defending my belt. Well, I will be defending my belt Friday in Eugene to whoever the worthiest contender is. Now, you know, there's a lot of belt-hungry people around here, such as Buddy Rose, Rip Oliver, Stan Stasiak. They're like wolves knocking at the door. They want that belt. Buddy Rose wants it so bad, he can't sleep nights. Well, I'll tell you, we've got all the belts. Matt Borne and myself, we've got the tag belt and the heavyweight belt. And between us, we feel that all the contenders here are going to have to work their way up that list. And when we feel they're worthy enough, because they said we weren't worthy enough, we beat them, and then we came back the following week and took the belts. So Matt Borne and I consider ourselves very worthy, and all you contenders out there are going to have to work your way right up that ladder, Frank.
Okay, remember, Regal will be in LeGrand tomorrow, Redmond on Monday. Cage matches both those towns, South Albany on Tuesday. Wednesday in Seattle, he joins Borne against what's left of the Army, and anything goes in that one at the Grand Theater. Friday in Eugene, you heard him talk about that one. He'll put the title on the line. And then Saturday, we're back in Portland, and a week from Saturday, the next big Tuesday card. We'll be right back. Once again, here's Tom Peterson.
It's Tom Peterson's truckload sale. We've just returned from the Chicago Electronics Show. Over $1 million of electronics to sell. Truckloads are arriving every day. And as advertised in the Saturday Oregonian, you can save $100 right now on this audio rack system. Only $4.95 full cash price. And here's what you get. A 25-watt Hitachi receiver, Toshiba turntable with cartridge, Magnavox cassette deck with Dolby, Sanyo speakers, audio rack, all for $495. You save $100. If you don't need the entire audio system, you can buy any piece at these low, low prices. Toshiba belt drive turntable with cartridge, only $129. A Magnavox cassette deck with Dolby, $99. A 25-watt Hitachi receiver, only $199. Two-way Sanyo speakers, $99. Audio rack, $69. Now that's Tom Peterson.
What makes a Pizza Hut pan pizza so good? It's a pan full of homemade taste. Made fresh with dough we raised twice. Baked in a pan with a light, crispy crust. Dripping with pure mozzarella cheese. And your favorite toppings. There's only one place you can get a pan pizza this good. Your hometown Pizza Hut restaurant.
4 tickets, 289. And I've forgotten the number. 2242, I believe it is. 289-2242. Saturdays only for the Portland Sports Arena. And Saturday cards are come out to the flea market. Every Sunday, the flea market doors open at 8 o'clock. Things slow down about 3, so get your tickets by that time at the concession stand. In Eugene, the number to call, 345-9717. 345-9717. And check that Portland number until I double check it. I believe it's 4222, 4222, 289-4222. That number only on Saturdays during the days for Saturday matches. Stevens & Son at Salem. The jewelry store there is tickets for Salem cards. Watch out, the Destroyer in against Oliver. He'd love nothing better than to beat him 2 straight and nailed him with a drop kick. 1, 2, and Buddy Rose in to certainly make a save on that one. Buddy Rose got the knee up. Caught David Sierra, alias the Destroyer, in the middle of the back. That'll probably be a good trivia question in a year or 2 from now. What was the Destroyer's real name? And only a few thousand will know what he looked like, as he took the mask off for those couple of matches, then put it back on. He says, "That's the way I've always wrestled." Shoulder throw, up high, down hard. Goes the Destroyer. Buddy Rose in, going for the sit-out backbreaker, way up in the air. And then drops him. Hooks the far leg, gets the count of 1, and that's all. The bear hug. Oliver working it on his former partner. He and the Destroyer for a long time shared the tag team championships, now held by Regal and Borne. The Destroyer finding a way out of it. Can he follow up to get the tag? Oliver tags. Rose coming in and stops him just short. Once again, the main event being brought to you. The decision is made by Don Owen. Don Owen is encouraged by the sponsors to bring the main event on television as often as possible. You can understand that he can't always do it. In fact, I think he's doing it a lot more than most promoters would. When it's not brought to you, you can always hear it on Wrestling Wrap-Up, KYXI Radio every Sunday morning. We bring you what happens off TV and maybe a few things we forgot to tell you the night before. A bear hug. Buddy Rose on the Destroyer. The tag, Oliver's in. And he cuts off the Destroyer before he can tag Regal. We've only had first fall so far. Regal won that one over Oliver. And they're going back to the bear hug. That's what they're going to try to win it with. The body lock. Part of that was that Borne, or rather Rose, got the knee up in the small of the back. I can't think of Rose right now without thinking of Matt Borne, I'll tell you the truth. So if I do a Freudian slip there, please understand, because I know how bad Matt Borne wants him. Not only wants him in the ring, just beat him. He wants to humiliate him. And he's got something in mind, but we don't know what. Watch out, Buddy Rose said something. There it is. Now that's what started this whole thing about going to the bear hug, was a Buddy Rose knee to the small of the back of David Sierra, alias the Destroyer. They got his back hurt, and that's what they're going to work on. Just got a message from the truck, but it was a little too loud. I didn't hear it. Up on the top turnbuckle, kicking it away. They're double teaming on the Destroyer. Whoa! A final boot by Rose. The feet of the Destroyer glance off the apron ring, off the edge of the apron. And you really get out of control that way. Question from the bus. We've got a floor director by the name of Alejandro Sierra. I don't know if they're any relation. Alejandro, does he come from Texas? He talks like he does. I think David is from Arizona, so they could be related. Watch out, Regal. Shoved out on the floor. And Sandy Barr is just having all kinds of trouble keeping this one. Security guards having a little trouble themselves. And now some idiot throwing articles. That was a cup that was crushed up and thrown toward the ring. First bad thing about that, you're an idiot to do it. Second of all, nearly always you don't hit the guy you wanted to hit. And somebody like Rose spots that, he'll get it and tear a guy's eye out with it. And it's all your fault because you threw something in the ring in the first place. Rose says, we got him hurt. And Regal's down on the floor. The Destroyer wants to tag out. Just now is Regal getting back up in the apron in his corner. They worked him over pretty good. Foot stomp, shoulder blades, and again, gets Oliver in against the Destroyer. Backbreaker. 1, 2, flail kicks out. Oh, I thought they had him. Well, that mix-up might cost them. The Destroyer's still unable to get to the corner to tag out. The Destroyer unable to get the tag. Oliver does. Sit out backbreaker. No, he blocked it. And the Destroyer gets the sit out backbreaker to Buddy Rose. And gets the tag. Here comes Regal. A kick. Forearm smashes. Turnbuckle treatment in his own corner. The two blondes get their heads slammed together. Shoulder throw on Rose, covered with a body press. 1. Count of 2. Oliver's interference, I think, might have helped that one be too straight. Watch out. Shoulder breaker, and they double it on him. They got extra force with Buddy Rose helping to slam Regal's shoulder down on the knee. Regal giving the shoulder breaker. Oliver and Buddy Rose win. A second fall. It's all even a fall apiece. We'll be right back. First for Al Tonkin. Al Tonkin 4, Marv Tonkin forward.
It's a $1,000 push-puller drag-it-in sales extravaganza going on right now at Marv Tonkin Ford, during which we'll give you $1,000 trade-in allowance off dealer window sticker on any new Ford in stock. Even if you have to push-pull or drag your old car in, as an example, choose this new 1981 Ford Mustang. Long list of extras. Get your $1,000 trade-in allowance and pay just $169.48 per month. That's only at your Northwest Ford headquarters, Marv Tonkin Ford.
What's the Midas touch? It's using specially coated steel.
To help our mufflers last.
It's putting in a louver tube.
To help your engine run easy.
It's having a tuning chamber.
To help your car run quietly.
It's manufacturing our own mufflers.
For over 25 years.
And it's standing behind them.
In writing.
It's getting the right muffler at the right price. Get the Midas touch. Nobody else has it.
Oh, yeah.
One half of the tag team champions of the Pacific Northwest, Matt Borne.
Did you see Did you see the way these two guys won that fall there? That kind of stuff reflects back on me now since Buddy Rose has chosen to be my brother-in-law and has married my sister. That's just one of the little things that I've got to live with that embarrasses and humiliates me. Well. Last Tuesday night, I promised everybody I was going to come out here and make an announcement to you on what I had in mind for Buddy Rose. Boy, do I have a match for Buddy Rose. You people will not believe it. It's going to humiliate him and embarrass him so bad, more than everybody he's humiliated put together. Did you see him up here on his interview with Rip Oliver? Did you see the embarrassment and the crackling in his voice? I think the man is actually scared. He wants to know so bad what I got in mind for him. I hope you people won't hold this against me or anything, because I know you want to know, but I'm going to make him wait just a little bit longer and sweat it out a little bit harder. Now, I can't overemphasize now on how important it is for everybody to be behind me in this, because I am actually putting myself on the line, and I'm taking a big risk myself, because if I do lose, which is possible, I'll have to put myself in the same position that Buddy Rose is going to have to put himself in if he loses. But I know I beat him twice already. I beat him twice in the middle of the ring already, and all you people have seen me. But I can't overemphasize how important it is for you all to be there. You all got to be behind me, and you won't believe it when I tell you that you're all going to be able to participate in it physically. Now, I really mean that physically. Now, just bear with me a little bit longer, and Buddy Rose, you just keep sweating, because I heard about you found out with the first idea I had about the bear at the Multnomah County Fair, but that wouldn't have never worked because you would have just ended up running anyway. But what I've got for you, oh boy, you're not going to believe it. And Buddy Rose, you're going to be so embarrassed, you're not going to want to wrestle in Pacific Northwest anymore, and that's a promise.
That's it from Matt Borne. We'll be right back. Once again, here's Alan Tonkin.
Let me know when you're warm.
I'm ready.
I got a surprise for you.
I'm ready. I'm ready to enter the ring. Sandy, Victoria's a lady.
That's all right.
I don't want to hurt her.
The test.
I don't want to hurt you.
Just
Just take her easy, and I hope I don't.
I think you better stick to selling cars, Al.
Al, I told you so. You just got thrown head over heels by a girl. Stick to selling cars.
And if you really want to be like Betty, you ought to get married, too.
Well, I guess they're right.
Here you are, Alan.
Thanks, Otto. Okay, well, I guess I better do what I do best. This is a 1978 Ford Fairmont 4-speed, gas-saving 4-cylinder. 19,000 actual miles. Would sell for $4,000 on most lots, but at Marv Tonkin it was $3,650. Now for this weekend, $34.95. And here we have a nice rig. It's a 1978 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. Should be priced about $58.95. Your price this weekend, my personal price on this loaded Z, $48.95. And here's another fantastic deal for you. 1978 Cougar XR7 FM stereo. A lot of people ask $5 grand. We had it at $42.50, but I'd like to see it sold this week for $38.95. And here, last but not least, to Mr. and Mrs. Albert Keith in Dillard, Oregon, is the LTD I told you about on the phone. And if you like the car, Otto will drive it down to you this weekend to buy. Remember, that's at Marv Tonkin Ford, where you're always number one.
Third and deciding fall action coming up. Main event of the night. Regal and the Destroyer, Steve Regal. And the Destroyer against Buddy Rose and Rip Oliver. To say that second fall is controversial is to understate the matter.
Louis to ringside. Louis.
shoulder breaker on Regal, and he'll have to start this fall since he lost the preceding one. And you know they'll go right to that left arm and shoulder. And they do. Oliver twisting it around the top rope, stomping on it. Rose in, takes the arm bar. They're going to work the left arm and shoulder of Regal. You can be guaranteed of that. The fall apiece. Rose in, working the left arm.
3 minutes remaining. 3 minutes.
Rose caught in the eye. Regal able to get the tag, the destroyer in. Regal had to get out of there at that moment. Oliver catches a forearm smash. Outside the ring, now the whip. A whip in the far neutral corner. In the near neutral corner. And the destroyer whipping him back and forth. Now a body slam. He's up on the second turnbuckle, comes leaping off and missed. Tried to nail him with the knee. And Rose, as much from reaction, reflex as anything else, moved out of the way. He jammed that left knee in. So Oliver goes to work on that left leg, kicking in the back of the knee and on the hamstring.
2 minutes remaining.
Side. The destroyer being worked on by Rose. Regal in, trying to stop it, trying to give his partner some help. Rose finally lets go of him. Referee Sandy Barr comes back. Coming off the top rope. Seat drop to the left leg of the destroyer. Half crab. Working on the left leg. As much as a win. He's got the win. And he does not want to let go of the hold. He got the win on a submission. The destroyer had to submit to the punishment given on the left leg. But let's hold it here. Okay, we have no more sponsor messages, so we'll keep it right here. And now Oliver goes at the referee. He's got Sandy Barr backed up in the corner. Here comes Matt Borne. They're double teamed on Regal. Matt Borne is in there. The destroyer can't help. I believe he's out of commission. Rose literally thrown out of the ring. Matt Borne sailing up. They were double teamed on Regal, and the destroyer is down. The destroyer is down. The destroyer is down and holding that left leg. The destroyer is going to have to be helped. The destroyer is going to have to be helped from the ring. He could not help Regal at all. Matt Borne now taking him. Well, we've got Oliver and Rose.
We want a title match next Saturday night. Don Owens, you said if we win tonight, we deserve a title match. Regal and brother-in-law, we want a title match next Saturday night, and we promise one time is all we want, and we will win the titles in front of everybody. They can't hide no longer. Don Owens, you said if we beat them tonight, we got a shot. So you tell them to put the belts on the line.
Now here they are.
You want a match, Rose? You want these belts? Well, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to have to go through us to get them, and you're going to have to beat us. And that's something I don't think either one of you can do at this point in time. You want a match? Well, baby, you got one. Next Saturday night.
That's right. You got it, Rose. You've been talking about it. Now you got it. Let's see what you can do. Either put up or shut up.
Next Saturday night. And that's not all I got in store for you, brother-in-law. Boy, I want to know what you got in mind for me. Now, we got a title match next Saturday, but they're talking about 10 days from tonight. You're going to throw this match on me with 3 days' notice. Well, I'll tell you what, you can surprise me with anything, Borne, and it won't surprise me. I just wanted to know, just to show you people, I thought the people were all behind me. But we'll just see how much they're behind you, because whatever you got planned, since you're not going to tell me, just to show you what a man I am going to defeat you and make you embarrassed so you'll never show your face again, and we're going to win those titles next Saturday.
Now, we're out of time for tonight. Well, if he was going to tell, we don't have time. Frank Bono saying thanks a lot for being with us. See you next Saturday. This has been Portland Wrestling. Brought to you in part by Marv, Tonkin Ford. Well, you're number one. And by Tom Peterson's, where the big truckload sale comes to an end soon at 82nd and Southeast Foster Road. I'm Frank Bono, your host. Tonight's director has been Donovan Bass. Floor directors Laurel Parker and Lois Garrett. Technical director Harold Tony. Audio and video Mark Walt. Cameras Chuck Heil and Steve Constable.
Stay tuned for the Top 10 Countdown with special guest stars on Solid Gold next.